Good morning. I am Michael Whitehouse, the guy who knows the guy, and this is the weekly update for December 19th, 2022. I am back from Florida, and I flew back first class, which is quite a story that I'm going to be sharing with you today. It was quite a thing, but I want to go back to when I was in Florida and how I got there, some things that happened, and some things I want to share with you before we get into that. So, a few months ago, my friend Nikki Green of the Green Chameleon Collective reached out to me and she said, "Hey, I've got tickets to Ray Perez Business Growth Boot Camp. It's normally $2,000 ticket. Do you want to come with me?" And I was like, "Oh, maybe." She said, "I'm getting an Airbnb. I will, so you don't have to take care. You don't have to worry about that. I will. I'll take care of food. All you have to do is get yourself down there." So I looked up the plane tickets. I'm like, all right, it's not that hard to get down there. Sure, let's hop on a plane. Let's go to Florida. Let's see what this boot camp thing is about. And it was quite an event. There were some great people there. I learned some fantastic things. In fact, the program I'm going to be telling you about in a few minutes came out of some conversations I had down there. And, so it was great. And it was me and her assistant, Megan, and her creative assistant, Kendra, who's the same one who helps me put my podcasts out. And I was talking to her one of the nights. We're sitting there drinking wine, talking business, sharing advice. Mostly she was giving me advice. And I said, "Nikki, what inspired you to invite me down here with you? I mean, Megan's on your team, obviously. She's your assistant who does a bunch of that work. And Kendra's on your team. She does all this work. But what about me? Why am I here? Why'd you invite me?" And she said, "Michael, you're also on my team." And I said, "What?" She said, "You're on my team. You introduced me to Kendra, who greatly increased what I'm able to do creatively in terms of getting podcasts out and blogs and those kinds of things. You've introduced me to other people who have opened up avenues I didn't even know existed, people I didn't know I needed to meet, who opened up opportunities in my business. You created the 10 group, which gave me access to a community and connections and resources." And she just went on and on. Now, I think Nikki's awesome. I certainly introduce her whenever I can. But I was surprised because, to be honest, I don't follow her business that closely. Sometimes I'll meet someone and be like, "My friend Nikki, you should meet her." But I do this for all kinds of people. It's what I do. I'm a connector. When I meet someone, I'm like, "Oh, you should meet this person. You should meet this person. You should meet this person." And I said that, and she's like, "I know. You're probably on a lot of people's teams." And actually sent an email about that earlier, a few days ago, saying, apparently I'm on a lot of people's teams. And the feedback I got was, yeah, you are. You're on a lot of teams. And I thought, this is awesome. This is great. I'm sharing, I'm supporting so many people. I'm helping so many people. This is fantastic. And then something hit me. It's fantastic that I'm helping all these people. And if it was just me, I would be perfectly happy to make a modest living, support a lot of people, have a lot of people who think really highly of me, speak really highly of me. And if I need to cover the bills, I can go drive some Uber and I take some clients and, simple life. But it's not just me, right? There's Amy and there's Rowan. And Amy is stuck in her job and it's stressing her out. And every little thing is making it very difficult for her. And I need to take care of her. I have an obligation beyond that. So I wrote an email that you're not going to see because I'm not going to send it. But I wanted to talk about it and also talk about what I'm doing instead and share some of the sentiment in it if you happen to hear it. So I got kind of frustrated. I'm thinking, I'm doing all these things, I'm helping all these people, I'm creating all this value, but I'm not monetizing in the way that can help Amy with what she needs, can get us where we need to be as a family. And when I wrote this, it was from a place of frustration. It was from a place of, I don't know what to do here. I don't know how to take care of those I need to take care of in my closest inner circle. And I wrote it from this perspective of, I need your help. It said, this is the hardest thing I've ever had to ask my community. And what I was asking them to do was to basically give me gratuities. If I've provided you value, I'd like you to pay me for that value. Now, there's nothing wrong with this sentiment. In fact, the tip jar I made, it's guyknows.com/gratuity, in case you're hearing that and you'd be like, yeah, I would like to help you out. Sure. But the energy of that email, when I went back to think about it, didn't fit. And I'll tell you why. Because it was from a place of frustration. It was from a place of desperation. It was from a place of, I don't know what to do. Just help me. And then I checked in for my flight. So if you don't fly much, when you check in for your flight, what happens is that within 24 hours, you have to go on the app and check in, or go on the website and check in. And it's going to try to upsell you various things. And up it said, would you like to upgrade to first class for $93? I said, $93. That's not a lot of dollars. What do I get if I upgrade for $93? Well, you get complimentary wine and food, not just peanuts. You get priority boarding, and you get 2 check bags free. I said, check bags? That would cost me $30. Now it's $63. Do I want to upgrade to first class for $63? Yes, I do. And so I flew back in first class. I sat in seat 1A. I was so close to the front of the plane. The next seat in front of me was the stewardess, and the next seat in front of that was the cockpit. I was so close to the front of the plane that when the jet bridge came over to let us off, it covered my window. I was in seat 1A. And so I spent 2.5 hours sitting in this big, cushy seat, looking out the window that's right there that I could actually see out of without craning my neck, having a continuous stream of wine, only 2 glasses of wine, but 2 glasses of wine brought to me plenty of room to work on my laptop, work on my book, do my work. And I thought, I'd get used to this. This is pretty cool. I'm going to carry with me some first class energy. I got off that plane. I was like, yeah, I just flew first class. Yeah, I got first class energy. And I thought about if I had first class energy, which is funny because last year when I did my true disc profile and discovered I'm high D, secondary I instead of high I, secondary D, I carry this high D energy. Same idea. First class energy. What is it? What would someone with first class energy do? When I had been in Florida, I was talking to someone who had taken a $15,000 program. And I said, so what are some of the big things you got out of the $15,000 program? And he said, well, one thing I learned was a way to use Calendly to get my show rate up over 90%. And that's been a game changer, and I made so much money from that. And I said, really, you learned a Calendly strategy over 90%? What was it before? It was 60. 1/3 of the people who booked appointments didn't show up. When I first learned Calendly, I learned the strategy to get a 95% show rate. I've used it ever since. No shows are just completely alien to me. I would more expect to see a lion in my backyard than a no-show. I mean, I get them about 1 out of 20 or so, but they're really anomalous. But I know that it's as easy as breathing. It's automated. I don't even think about how it happens. And I thought, how many other things are there that I know that I don't think about? When people hear what they generate, they go, whoa, 95% show rate, 30% open rate on my email. I did a full launch. Anyone who's in JV space will appreciate this. Did a full launch, 17 email sequence. And my unsubscribe rate remained the same at 1.8%, which is lower than most people's unsubscribe rate when they're not doing a launch. Mine stayed at 1.8% during a launch. I'm pretty comfortable on camera. I wasn't always like this. Go back to 2008, watch my old YouTube videos. I got comfortable on camera. I've got all these techniques, and it occurred to me I can teach them. And in fact, if you already know the technology or already know the concept, I can teach them in a couple of minutes. So I should teach them. So I came up with this concept of simple solutions for powerful results, or simple solutions with powerful results for online business owners. And I decided I was going to do a workshop on that on January 10th. And I maybe got some partners to promote it in a few weeks out. So I got off the plane and I said, if I'm carrying first class energy, what do? I don't wait till January 10th. I start doing this now. And I got up the next morning and I said, I got 8 ideas. Oh, it'd be cool? I got 8 ideas. Hanukkah has 8 days. I have no idea when Hanukkah starts because I'm half Jewish, but only on my unobservant side. And I probably missed it because it's nearly Christmas. But wouldn't it be cool to tie this to Hanukkah and be like, I'm going to share 8 gifts of knowledge on the 8 days of Hanukkah, only to discover when I checked the calendar that it was in fact the first night of Hanukkah coming up that night, and I could share 8 gifts for the 8 days of Hanukkah, sharing that knowledge. So I started it right that day. As I'm going to share this knowledge, and it basically adds up to the 60 minutes of the workshop I'm going to do in January. But right there on YouTube, I can share it with everyone, um, and there it is. And you can actually find it by going to my YouTube channel. If you look down below in the notes wherever you're here and you're looking at this, there should be a link to the playlist with all the episodes. I did pre-upload it. Um, I did pre-upload it because I know that some of you there's something going on this Sunday. There's a holiday. What is it? Oh, Christmas. That's right. So I know some of my audience celebrates Christmas and might not be able to watch day by day going to the 24th and 25th. Um, so you can actually just watch them all at once if you want to, but I'm spreading them out. I'm going to send one out each night of Hanukkah to share. And I went back to that email that was saying, please help me. I don't know what to do. This is not first class energy. Not first class energy. I'm not going to send it. I'm going to talk about it in the weekly update, but I'm not going to send it because I don't need to. So this is what I'm doing. I'm sharing with you the 8 powerful strategies I've used. And if you're familiar with technology, Calendly, for example, in the video that I do is coming out tonight. It's out already. The one I'm announcing tonight in my emails and whatnot teaches you the strategy I use to get 95% show rates. And the strategy is that my reminders go out at 3 hours, 1 hour, and 15 minutes on both text and email. That's the whole strategy. If you understand Calendly, you can execute it from what I just told you. If you don't, you need to go deeper. And most of the strategies are like that. If you basically understand it, just like, wait, but how? There's enough there, do it. On the other hand, if you need the support, the accountability, everything else, that's where there's a program that you can sign up for, which you can sign up here if you're just doing that. That's guyknowsguy.com/simple. I need to remember this is both audio and video, so I can't just put it on the lower third and expect you to see it. If you're listening on the podcast feed, go to guyknowsguy.com/simple and you can find the program. And what I did on every video was I offered the program. So if you say, this sounds awesome, I totally want to hang out with you for an hour a week for 10 weeks, plus another hour of Q&A calls, $9.97 sounds like a great price, I'm in, you can sign up. If instead you're like, you know what, I got it. I know how to do this. This is awesome. How can I thank you? I also put up the tip jar, right? You don't want to sign up for the program, go to guyknowsguy.com/gratuity. And you can be like, I think that was worth $100. Put it in the tip jar. I think that was worth 50. I think that was worth 500. I think it was worth 25. I think it was worth $2. Whatever. You can put it in the tip jar. So the basic ask from that email that I'm not sending is still there. If I have provided you value, if I've given to you, and you would like to receive, you're like, Michael, you totally given me 200 or 500 or $1,000 of value. Go to the tip jar. Go to guyknowsguy.com/gratuity and send me some money because it's still a fact. I'm much better at helping people than I am monetizing that help, and that makes me unable to do for Amy what I would like to be able to do. Especially because her PayPal got hacked this morning, and some hackers got in and emptied out her bank account to negative $300. Now I think we'll be able to fix it, and PayPal should be able to refund the money, and the bank will undo all the charges and all that. But until that happens, we got a situation. So I mean, I'm sure that will work itself out. I'm not worried about it. But if you are listening to me and saying, Michael, you have provided me a lot of value, by all means, I do encourage you, go to the tip jar and drop something in it. Maybe something substantial if you're able to do so. If you're not, that's okay. Not asking for your last dime. But if I'm following first class energy, then what I'm really saying is go to my YouTube channel. guyknowsguy.com/YouTube is the easy way to find that. Find the playlist for the 8 simple solutions for powerful results and watch those videos. Collectively, I think they're about an hour. As I record this, 5 of them are up. I'll have the rest up this morning. So you can sit down for an hour and just watch them boom one, the next, the next, the next, the next, and learn all those 8 strategies. If you find it valuable, sign up for the program. If you don't want to join the program, drop something in the tip jar. If you don't want to drop something in the tip jar, that's okay too. Just implement what I teach you, make your life better, make things better for your family, your tribe, your community, and do good for the world. Um, so that is my story for today. Today's been an interesting day because I woke up and found out first that Amy's, well, I woke up finding first that I think I came back with a little cold from Florida. I don't think it's anything serious, but a little sniffly. As you are when you're around a lot of people and climate changes and whatnot. I mean, environmental changes. No, that's also not the right word. Weather changes. Went from hot to cold, dry, hot, whatever. So I'm a little bit of a sore throat. Um, yes, I'll do a COVID test. Don't worry. And then Amy tells me her PayPal got hacked. So that was the start to the day. And then, but you know what? First class energy. So I said, I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm just gonna get down there. I'm gonna record the Monday update. I'm gonna get fired up. I'm gonna do what's got to get done, and we're gonna make this happen. We're gonna push through this week. It's gonna be awesome. Great things are gonna happen. I'm gonna help a lot of people, and some of those people may decide to help me. We're all gonna win, and it's gonna be amazing. So let's finish out this last week of 2022 strong. Do some great things. And you're like, last week, there's 1 week after this. No, there's not. The week between Christmas and New Year's doesn't exist. It's a holiday. But let's finish out this last week strong. And if you are taking the week off between Christmas and New Year's, then I'll see you in 2023. I will not be on because I'm taking the week off between Christmas and New Year's. If you're on my email list, you'll still get things. I'll be pre-writing things. I'll still do motor motivations. You'll still get that. But other than that, let's finish this year out and then roll into 2023 with some first class energy. Let's make some awesome things happen. Yeah, don't worry about the people like, okay, let's just walk into 2023 real quiet and real stuff. Screw that. Right? If you walk in with fear, you're gonna have a year to fear. But if you walk in like this is gonna be a year, this is what I'm gonna focus on. Good things happen. I went into 2020 and said, I'm gonna make good things happen. And I did. Not things I expected. They were good things. I came out of that year doing pretty good. So coming out of 2022 and not the place I expected to be, but a pretty good place. And let's do the same in 2023. If you need to reach me, or you want to reach me, email Michael at guywhoknowstheguy.com and or go to my new website, which is actually ordered to my old website. My new website, megaconnector.com. That's right, guys. I got megaconnector.com. How cool is that? That is $9 well spent, let me tell you. To be able to say my website is megaconnector.com. That takes you to a site which now is well things I learned down in Florida, a site that's got buttons that go to all kinds of different things that you're looking for. So I don't button about this program that I'm now pushing. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being awesome. Thank you for your support. If you put money in the tip jar, thank you for doing that. If you didn't put money in the tip jar, thank you for watching, being a fan, part of my community, and making my world a richer place.